Hello. Good morning, good evening, everyone. We begin shortly our evening ceremony. Today's English, you can find the sheets in the chat box. And today we'll end up a little bit earlier, 7:15, our ceremony. Freezing to death, we're not schemes. Started to death, we're not bad. Dying of poverty, rest for nothing. We are current conditions, we do not change. We do not change, we are current conditions. We drive free to write great principles, renounce our lives, the Buddha's work. We mold our destinies, there's a basic duty. Work of our lives, the Vilo Sangha's role. And in context specific matters, we understand the principles. Understanding the principle, we apply in specific matters. We carry on the single pulse of the Petra's mind transmission. Ask myself, do I fight? Ask myself, am I greedy? Ask myself, do I seek? Ask myself, do I selfish? Ask myself, do I pursue personal advantage? Ask myself, do I lie? Ask myself, do I eat only one meal a day? Ask myself, do I always wear my precept sash? This from traditions of the Sijiri city of 10,000 Buddhas, and no one can change them. Incense in the censer is burning. All the Dharma and resist the from afar the Srivastas of Buddhas, holy hell is witness. Replace us be just clouds. Tension does will be as all Buddhas cure their perfect body. Namo inside cloud cannot be. I go Bodhisattva. I Namo Sivas Lotus Bull Assembly of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Namo Sivas Lotus Bull Assembly of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Namo Sivas Lotus Bull Assembly of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. The Sutra of the Buddha's teaching of all Amitabha. Thus have I heard. Once the Buddha Shakyamuni was staying in the Jeda Grove in Anapantika park in Shravasti. 1,250 members of the Bhikshu Sangha had gathered there with him, all of them eminent arhats known to their higher knowledge. Elder Shariputra was there with other great disciples, such as Mangalyayana, Magajyapa, Magadayana, Magashdila, Revada Zundibandaga, Nanda Nanda, Rahula Gavanpadi, Pindala Bradavaja, Kolodain, Magabina, Vakulana Niruddha. The Bodhisattvas, Mahasattvas were also there. Dharma Prince Manjushri, Bodhisattva Jita, Bodhisattva Gandastin, Bodhisattva Nityadukta, and so forth, together with Shakra, chief among Devas, as well as multitudes for all the heavens. Just then the Buddha spoke to Elder Shariputra, saying, "When of the here beyond trillions of Buddha's lands, there is the land called Utmost Happiness. In the land at this very moment, a Buddha named Amitabha is teaching the Dharma. Shariputra, why this land called Utmost Happiness? The beings of this land never suffer. They are always happy, and so this land is called Utmost Happiness. Moreover, Shariputra, this land of utmost happiness is surrounded by 70 other railings, 7 layers of netting, and 7 rows of trees, all of them from the 4 kinds of treasures. For that reason, too, this land is called Utmost Happiness. Moreover, Shariputra, the pools this land are made of 7 treasures, and filled with water and endowed with 8 fine qualities. Golden sand lines at the bottom of every pool, and each is surrounded by stairways made of gold, silver, white, durian, and crystal. There are pavilions adorned with gold, silver, white, durian, and crystal, grand clamshells, rubies, and carnelian, lotus flowers as large as carriage wheels with dew pools. The blue flowers shine with blue light, the yellow flowers shine with yellow light, the red flowers shine with red light, and the white flowers shine with white light. They are all wonders, fragrant and pure. Shariputra, the land of utmost happiness, is adorned with these fine qualities. Shariputra, in the Buddha land there is always celestial music playing, and the ground is paved with gold. Six times a day, a rain of celestial mandarava flowers falls. Early in the morning, beings in this land gather the wondrous flowers in the folds of their robes, and they make offerings to the trillions of Buddhas in other lands. At mealtime, they return, eat their meal, and walk in meditation. Shariputra, the land of utmost happiness, is adorned with those fine qualities. Shariputra, there's also many colorful and wondrous birds in that land. White cranes, peacocks, parrots, arrogants, calavikas, and birds with two heads. 6 times a day, these birds sing in elegant harmony. They proclaim the teachings, such as the 5 spiritual faculties, the 5 strengths, and the 7 factors of awakening, and the Noble Eightfold Path. When the beings of this land hear these birds sing, they grow mindful of the Buddha, mindful of the Dharma, and mindful of the Sangha. Shariputra, do not say these birds have been burned due to their misdeeds, and why. In that land, but the 3 paths of misery do not exist. Even the names of these paths are unknown there. Rather, Buddha Amitabha creates this bird by transformation, so that Dharma can be widely heard. Shariputra, in the Buddha land, the gentle breeze blows on roofs of jewels, trees, and jewel nets, making wondrous sounds. It is as if hundreds of thousands of musical instruments were playing harmony. All those who hear these sounds naturally grow mindful of the Buddha, mindful of the Dharma, and mindful of the Sangha. Shariputra, this Buddha land is adorned with these fine qualities. Shariputra, why is that Buddha named Amitabha? That Buddha's boundless light shines all the lands throughout the 10 directions. Nothing can obstruct it. That is the why is called Amitabha. Shariputra, the Buddha's life and the lives of the beings of his land last through infinitely many Asamkhya kalpas. That is why this Buddha is also called Amitayus. Then 10 great kalpas have already gone by since they became a Buddha. Shariputra, among the disciples of this Buddha, there are infinitely many hearers of the teachings. All of them are huts. Their numbers are beyond counting. The Bodhisattvas in his assembly are also uncountable. Shariputra, the Buddha land is adorned with these fine qualities. Shariputra, beings who are born in that land of utmost happiness will never retreat on the path of awakening. Many will become Buddhas in their next life. Their numbers are beyond counting, and one can only speak of them as limitless, boundless, and incalculable. Shariputra, beings who hear of this should vow to be born in that and there and join with these good people. Shariputra, beings with a few blessings, virtues, and roots of goodness, cannot be born there. Therefore, Shariputra, good man or woman, who hear about Buddha Amitabha, should always hold this name with no other thoughts. By doing this for 1 day, 2 days, 3, 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, as long as 7 days, when they approach the end of their lives, Buddha Amitabha will appear in the form of them, together with his gathering of sages. When their lives come to an end, These people's minds will be clear, and they will be born in the Buddha Amitabha's land of utmost happiness. Shariputra, because I have seen these good results, I want you to know about them. All who hear what I had said should make a vow to be born in that land. Shariputra, just I know, praises the inconceivable merit and virtue of Buddha Amitabha. In the worlds to the east, there are Buddha Akshobhya, Buddha Sumeru banner, Buddha Great Sumeru, Buddha Sumeru's light, Buddha wonders voice, and others such as these, as many as the grains of the sand of the Ganges. Each of them in his own land show the hallmarks of the wide and long tongue that covers a large billion's word system. As he speaks these truthful words, all you living beings should believe in this sutra called Praises of the Inconceivable Qualities of this Buddha land and the protection of care of all Buddhas. Shariputra, in the world to the south, they are Buddha light of the sun and moon, Buddha light of renown, Buddha great blazing shoulders, Buddha lamp of Sumeru, Buddha limitless vigor, and others such as these, as many as the grains of the sand in the Ganges. Each of them in his own land show the hallmarks of the wide and long tongue that covers a large billion word system. As he speaks these truthful words, all you living beings should believe in this sutra called Praises the Inconceivable Qualities of this Buddha land and the protection and care of all Buddhas. Shariputra, in the worlds to the west, there are Buddha limitless lifespan, Buddha limitless hallmarks, Buddha infinite banner, Buddha great light, Buddha great brilliance, Buddha treasure hallmarks, Buddha light of purity, and others such as these, as many as the grains of the sand in the Ganges. Each of them in its own land shows the hallmarks of a wide and long tongue that covers a large billion word system, and he speaks this truthful word. All you living beings should believe in this sutra called Praises of the Inconceivable Qualities, Buddha land, and protection and the care of all Buddhas. Shariputra, in the worlds in the north, there are Buddha blazing shoulders, Buddha excellent voice, Buddha invulnerable, Buddha born on the sun, Buddha ends of light, and others such as these, as many as the grains of the sand in the Ganges. Each of them in his own land shows the hallmarks of the wide and long tongue that covers a large billion word system, and he speaks these truthful words. All you living beings should believe in this sutra called Praises of the Inconceivable Qualities of this Buddha land and the protection and the care of all Buddhas. Shariputra, in the world below, there are Buddha lion, Buddha renown, Buddha light of renown, Buddha Dharma, Buddha Dharma banner, Buddha Dharma practice, and others such as this, as many as the grains of the sand in the Ganges. Each of them in his own land shows the hallmarks, a wide and long tongue that covers a large billion word system. As he speaks these truthful words, all you living beings should believe in this sutra called Praises of Inconceivable Qualities of this Buddha land and the protection of care of all Buddhas. Shariputra, in the worlds above, there are Buddha Brahma voice, Buddha king of constellations, Buddha superior fragrance, Buddha light and fragrance, Buddha great blazing shoulders, Buddha body adorned with colorful jewel flowers, Buddha king of Sala trees, Buddha jewel flower of virtue, Buddha revealing all meanings, and Buddha like Mount Sumeru, and others such as this, as many as the grains of the sand in the Ganges. each of them in his own land, show the hallmarks of the wide and long tongue that covers a large billion-word system, and he speaks the truthful words. All you living beings should believe in his sutra. Call praises of the inconceivable qualities of this Buddha land, and the protection and care of all Buddhas. Shariputra, what do you think? Why the sutra called the protection of the care of all Buddhas? Shariputra, Buddhas will protect and keep in mind, and many of women who hears the sutra accept it and it upholds it, and who hears the names of all these Buddhas, they will never retreat on the path and to suppress perfect awakening. Therefore, Shariputra, all of you should believe and accept my words. And when the old Buddha, other Buddhas teach, Shariputra, people who have already made a vow to be born in the Buddha Amitabha lands, or who are now making the vow, or who may make that vow, all are certain to never retreat on the path to unsuppressed perfect awakening. Shall we be born, are now be born, or have already been born in that land. Therefore, Shariputra, good man or good woman who have faith should make the vow. I will be born in that land. Shariputra, just I know, praises the inconceivable merit and virtue of all these Buddhas. They also praise my inconceivable merit and virtue, saying, Buddha Shakyamuni does what is difficult to do, especially in the Saga world during the evil times of the five trividities, the trividi of the Kalpa, the trividi of wrong views, the trividi of afflictions, the trividi of living beings, the trividi of lifespans. Amid all of these, Buddha Shakyamuni has realized unsuppressed perfect awakening, and for all the sakes of living beings, he explains this teaching, which beings in the world find hard to believe. Shariputra, you should know that during the evil time of the five trividities, I've done what is hard to do. I've realized unsuppressed perfect awakening, and for all beings, I've explained this teaching, which is difficult to believe. That is truly difficult. When the Buddha had finished teaching this sutra, Shariputra and the bhikshus, as well as the devas, humans, asuras, and others, rejoiced, believed, and accept what they had heard. They bow within reverence and they depart. And of the sutra of the Buddha's teaching on Amitabha. Namo Amitabha Yedoto Jedo Yedodi Yed Amirido Bobi Amirido Zidan Bobi Amirido Pijaran Amirido Pijaran Gemini Jejano Jedo Jari Sabo Namo Amitabha Yedoto Jedo Yedodi Yed Amirido Bobi Amirido Zidan Bobi Amirido Pijaran Amirido Pijaran Do Jemiri Jejano Jedo Jari Sabo Namo Amitabha Yedoto Jedo Yedodi Yed Amirido Bobi Amirido Zidan Bobi Amirido Pijaran Di Amirido Pijaran Do Jemini Jejano Jedo Jari Sabo. The Mokshan offering. Wishing now to understand all the Buddhas of the three times, contemplate the Dharma realm. All things are created from mind. Wishing now to understand all the Buddhas of the three times, contemplate the Dharma realm. All things are created from mind. Wishing now to understand all the Buddhas of the three times, contemplate the Dharma realm. All things are created from mind. Angela Diaz Abo, Angela Diaz Abo, Angela Diaz Abo, Namo Bodhi Jeri Dot, Do Ye,
Namo Bodhi
Jeri Dori Dando Ye Do, Namo Bodhi Jeri Dori An Santola Jeto Zabo, An Santola Jeto Zabo, An Santola Jeto Zabo. Namo Buddha's Flower Garden Sutra of the Great Expanded Teaching. Namo Buddha's Flower Garden Sutra of the Great Expanded Teachings. Namo Buddha's Flower Garden Sutra of the Great Expanded Teachings. Namo Buddhas of the Ten Directions dwelling for all time. Namo Dharma of the Ten Directions dwelling for all time. Namo Sangha of the Ten Directions dwelling for all time. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha, founder and teacher of us all. Namo Bodhisattva of compassion, Guanshi. Namo Restore Bodhisattva, who rescues those in life and death. Namo Honor Vanananda, who stated all the teachings. Namo Buddhas of the Ten Directions dwelling for all time. Namo Dharma of the Ten Directions dwelling for all time. Namo Sangha of the Ten Directions dwelling for all time.
Namo Shakyamuni
Buddha, founder and teacher of us all. Namo Bodhisattva of compassion, Guanshi. Namo Restore Bodhisattva, who rescues all in life and death. Namo Honor Vanananda, who stated all the teachings. Namo Buddhas of the Ten Directions dwelling for all time. Namo Dharma of the Ten Directions dwelling for all time. Namo Sangha of the Ten Directions dwelling for all time. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha, founder and teacher of us all. Namo Bodhisattva of compassion, Guanshi. Namo Restore Bodhisattva, who rescues those in life and death. Namo Honor Vanananda, who stated all the teachings. We take refuge with the Buddha. We take refuge with the Dharma. We take refuge with the Sangha. We take refuge with the Buddha, honor as the doubly perfect one. With the Dharma, honor, teaching, cast to and desire. We take refuge with the Sangha, honor among all the multitudes. Now we've taken refuge with the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha. We take refuge with the Buddha. We take refuge with the Dharma. We take refuge with the Sangha. We take refuge with the Buddha, honor as the doubly perfect one. We take refuge with the Dharma, honor, teaching, as to and desire. We take refuge with the Sangha, honor among all the multitudes. We've taken refuge with the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha. Refuge with the Buddha, we take refuge with the Dharma. We take refuge with the Sangha. We take refuge with the Buddha, honor as the doubly perfect one. We take refuge with the Dharma, honor, teaching, as to and desire. We take refuge with the Sangha, honored among all the multitudes. Taken refuge with the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha. Buddhist karma done by body, speech, and mind. Fruit and craving, anger and delusion from beginless time. Buddhists now repented all of this. Sentient beings, karma done by body, speech, and mind. and delusion from beginningless time. Sentient beings now repented all of this. Lonely spirits karma done by body, speech, and mind. Through the engraving, anger and delusion from beginningless time. Lonely spirits now repented all of this. Countless beings I now vow to save. Limitless afflictions I now vow to end. Boundless dharmas I now vow to learn. Peerless Buddhahood I vow to realize. Countless beings I now vow to save. Limitless afflictions I now vow to end. Boundless dharmas I now vow to learn. Peerless Buddhahood I vow to realize. Countless beings I now vow to save. Limitless afflictions I now vow to end. Boundless dharmas I now vow to learn. Peerless Buddhahood I vow to realize. Beings of my nature I now vow to save. Of my nature I now vow to end. Dharmas of my nature I now vow to learn. Buddhahood my nature I now vow to realize. Beings of my nature I now vow to save. All afflictions of my nature I now vow to end. Dharmas of my nature I now vow to learn. Buddhahood my nature I now vow to realize. Of my nature I now vow to save. All afflictions of my nature I now vow to end. Dharmas of my nature I now vow to learn. Buddhahood my nature I now vow to realize. An bola boring tori zabo. An bola boring tori zabo. An bola boring tori zabo. Am narurati zabo. An narurati zabo. An narurati zabo. An bodiri jedori dando yedoye. An bodiri jedori dando yedoye. Diri jedori dando yedoye. Anzan meye zadoan. Anzan meye zadoan. Anzan meye zadoan. Namo zavadando yedo. Vadarjudi anzan bolai. San bolai go. Namo zavadando yedo. Vadarjudi anzan bolai. San bolai go. Namo zavadando yedo. Vadarjudi anzan bolai. San bolai go. Namo Zulu boye dando ye do ye da da an Zulu Zulu bolai Zulu zabo. Namo Zulu boye dando ye do ye da da an Zulu 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 zabo. Namo Zulu boye dando ye do ye da da an Zulu Zulu. Barai zuru zabo. Ah wa 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 wa. Ah wa 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 wa. Ah wa 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 wa. Namo zamando buddho na na wa. Namo zamando buddho na na wa. Namo zamando buddho na na wa. Namo managers da da ga da. Namo beers da da ga da. Namo wonders from da da ga da. Namo fast expensive from da da ga da. Namo far from fear da da ga da. Namo Siddhu King da da ga da. Namo Amita da da ga da. Namo managers da da ga da. Namo purists da da ga da. Namo wonders from da da ga da. Namo fast expensive from da da ga da. Namo far from fear da da ga da. Namo Siddhu King da da ga da. Da ga da. Namo many Jews da da ga da. Namo spiritual da da ga da. Namo wonders from da da ga da. Namo fast expensive form da da ga da. Namo far from fear da da ga da. Namo Siddhu King da da ga da. Namo Amita da da ga da. May this mantras bless this purest Dharma food, giving to all Buddhists many as the Genji sends. May they be content renouncing leaving darkness born the pure land, taking refuge with the treasures winged for the body mind, ultimately realizing and suppress awakening. May their merit and their virtue be unbounded for all time, sharing with all Buddhist sufferings of Dharma food. May these mantras bless these gifts of Dharma food, giving to all sentient beings many as the Ganges sends. Be content, renouncing all degrees, with the living darkness born the pure land, taking refuge with the treasures beneath for the body mind, ultimately realizing and suppress awakening. May their merit and their virtue be unbounded for all time, sharing with all sentient beings sufferings of Dharma food. The droplets of solitude, giving to unlovely spirits many as the Ganges sends. Be content, renouncing all degrees, with the living darkness and the pure land, taking refuge with the treasures beneath for the body mind, ultimately realizing and suppress awakening. May their merit and their virtue be unbounded for all time, sharing with all lonely spirits sufferings of Dharma food. To you many faithful Buddhists, we now may the suffering, may this food pervade and quarters of all faithful Buddhists share. We now dedicate this merit to all beings everywhere, giving food to faithful Buddhists, so you realize Buddhahood. To you many sentient beings, we now may the suffering, may this food pervade and quarters of all sentient beings share. We now dedicate this merit to all beings everywhere, giving food to sentient beings, so you realize Buddhahood. To you many lonely spirits, we now make this offering. Quarters of all lonely spirits, yeah, we now dedicate this merit to all beings everywhere, giving food to lonely spirits, so you realize Buddhahood. And Mudi rings abo, and Mudi rings abo, and Mudi rings abo, and ye nan san boa, Pajalayo, nan ye nan san boa, Pajalayo, nan ye nan san boa, Pajalayo. The heart of Prajnaparamita Sutra. When Bodhisattva Avalokiteshvara was practicing the profound Prajnaparamita, he illuminated the 5 skandhas and saw they are empty, and he crossed beyond all suffering and difficulty. Shariputra, form does not differ from emptiness. Emptiness does not differ from form. Form itself is emptiness. Emptiness itself is form. So too are feeling, cognition, formation, and consciousness. Shariputra, all dharmas are empty of characteristics. They are not produced, nor destroyed, not defiled, not pure. They neither increase nor diminish. Therefore, in emptiness there is no form, feeling, cognition, formation, or consciousness. No eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, or mind. No signs, sounds, smell, states, objects of touch, or dharmas. No field the absent, including no field of mind consciousness. And no ignorance of any of ignorance, up to including all age and death, or any of all age and death. There is no suffering, no accumulating, no extinction in no way, no understanding and no attaining, because nothing is attained. The Bodhisattva who runs on Prajnaparamita is empty in his mind, because there is no impediment, he is not afraid, and he leaves this road thinking far behind, ultimately nirvana. O Buddhas of the 3 periods of time, attain Anuttarak Samyak Sambodhi, from runs on Prajnaparamita. Therefore know that Prajnaparamita is a great spiritual mantra, a great bright mantra, supreme mantra, unequal mantra, can remove all suffering and genuine not false. That is why the mantra of Prajnaparamita was spoken, recite like this: Gate Gate Paragate Parasam Gate Bodhisvaha. End of the Art of Prajnaparamita Sutra. Namo Amidobo Yedoto Chedo Yedodi Yeta Amiridobo Amirido Sidan Bobi Amirido Bijara Amirido Bijarando Jemiri Jejeno Jedo Jari Sabo Namo Amidobo Yedoto Jedo Yedodi Yeta Amirido Amirido Sidan Bobi Amirido Bijara Amirido Bijarando Jemiri Jejeno Jedo Jari Sabo Namo Amidobo Yedoto Jedo Yedodi Yeta Yamirido Zidan Bobi Yamirido Bijarandi Yamirido Bijarando Jemiri Jejado Jedo Jarizo Bo. May all the four kinds of meat reach the jewel land, and the beings of all three realms be born from lotus bloom. May all the myriad goods attain the threefold worthiness, and the countless angels was descended and crowned. Amitabha's body is the color of gold, splendor of his armor has no peer. The light of his brow shine round an hungry world. Wise as the seas are his eyes, pure and clear, shining in his brilliant by transformation. Are countless bodhisattvas and infinite Buddhas. His 48 vows will be our liberation. In 9 lotus stages we reach the farthest shore. Homage to the Buddha of the Western Pure Land.
and
Compassionate Amitabha. Homage to the Buddha of the Western Pure Land. Kind and compassionate Amitabha. Homage to the Buddha of the Western Pure Land. Kind and compassionate Amitabha. Namo Amitabha. Moamido Opoaina Moamido Opoaina Moamido Amidobo 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 Amidobo. Bowing respect to the Venerable Master. let's conclude our evening ceremony. We end up here, and tomorrow we start again our Dharma practice day at 4 a.m. with morning ceremony and follow the whole schedule. So, highly encourage you to join us and wish you all good evening and see you next time. Amitofo.
阿弥陀佛。好，我们明天4点钟再做早课修行。阿弥陀佛。